Hey everybody, I hope y'all are doing good. I was thinking about COVID-19, and so I went ahead and I looked it up and I saw that it came in January 2020. And I don't know about any of you, but it's been a lot of years of just what appeared to be a famine of sorts. And so I was sitting here with God and I was just talking to him. And I was like, God, it seems like it's been 7 years, almost 7 years of a drought, because right now we're in 2026. COVID-19 came 2020. And I don't know, it just kind of came to me. And as I said, it feels like it's been a seven years of famine. The thought came to me 7 years of drought, 7 years of drought. And I was like, oh, so that's what this has been. And I'm not even kidding y'all. It has been the hardest 6 years of my life. It seems like everything just kind of amped up once COVID came. We were all quarantined. A lot of people were unaliving themselves during this time. COVID-19 was causing a lot of people to lose their life, so it was just a lot of heartache. It was a lot of pain. It was a lot of uncertainty during this time. And it just was a really hard time for a lot of people. Families were breaking apart. Um, Children that were being abused, when those types of families were being exposed because everybody's now confined to their homes. So it was a lot of shaking, it was a lot of quaking. It was a lot of exposure during this time, um, of drought. And even still, oh gosh, it feels like not much has changed. It seems like it's gotten harder as the years progressed, especially economically, um, spiritually. I think a lot of us are just feeling that push. We're feeling the drain. We're feeling um, tired. I think that's the best word to describe what this is. We're just tired. And I feel like God really allowed everything to happen the way that He did. I'm not saying it was His hand, because I've heard other prophetic voices saying God had nothing to do with COVID-19. Okay. But what I am saying is it caused a shift. It caused many of us to reevaluate our lives, look at our relationship, look at where we are with God. Um, and it allowed many of us to start the YouTube ministry, write the book, finish something that we started years ago, but just didn't have the time to do it. And so when COVID-19 came, many people were now able to do what God had called them to do originally. So there was a lot of bad, but there was also a lot of good, um, with COVID-19 coming in January of 2020. So another thing too, as I was talking to God, I remember He was using a lot of prophetic voices even before COVID came. And they were always saying, stock up on food. When you go grocery shopping, just get a little bit of extra, get some rice, get beans, get some canned goods, toiletries, and different things of that nature. And now I listened to them, but I didn't um, do what they were suggesting to do, because I felt like, well, God's not telling me to do that, so it must not apply to me. Lesson learned, y'all. When I tell you this has been the hardest 6 years of my life, it has been. And had I been more equipped, more prepared when those prophetic voices were speaking, then I wouldn't be going through what I've been going through for the past 6 years. Okay. So I just wanted to get on and just kind of vent, talk about what um, I've just kind of observed. Look at me and my accent. Many of y'all don't know I'm from Texas, and so that's why you'll hear that y'all and all of that Southern. But y'all, I just pray that y'all have a great rest of the day. These are just kind of my intrusive thoughts, and I don't know. I hope it speaks to anybody out there. If you're in a season of transition, if you are uncertain about what God is going to do, if you feel like you've been in a drought, if you feel like your life is just kind of at a standstill, then I pray that this video reaches you. God is still working even in the unknown. It's not unknown to Him, it's just unknown to us. He doesn't tell us everything. We can't make sense of everything. His thoughts are not our thoughts, His ways are not our ways. We just have to trust him. And, if you've been going to God in prayer, you're believing him for something, just wait on him. Just wait on him. He's going to respond. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But now is a good time to really start seeking him about being a good steward, how to manage the money he's blessing you with, how to prepare in case, there's another drought, okay, or a possible famine. Depending on how people are living in the land determines what God is doing in that land, okay? So we have to get back into God's word. And that's the whole purpose of the channel, us getting back into God's word, because we're going to be able to see, okay, if the people are doing X, Y, and Z, this is why we're going through what we're going through, right? God doesn't change, okay? He still requires obedience more than he requires sacrifice.